Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is the, I believe, fourth video of the brand new channel. We're dedicated, okay? We're dedicated to grow this community. If you're wondering why I'm holding these headphones, it's because I refuse to compromise on audio quality and I can't use the phone anymore. It broke. So we improvised and we're using this, okay? Today I want to talk about not my very first order, but my first $5,000 order. And that's because if you're someone like me who started from absolutely nothing, who's worked their entire life and really just try new things to build new income streams, build a better life for myself and my family. And I'll never forget the morning that I woke up and saw like a $5,000 order. For someone like me, that was a huge deal. I just remember it feeling like a dream, honestly. And mostly because somebody trusted me. Somebody trusted me. And at the time, I was just in my mom's basement building different stores, trying things out. And little did this customer know, I was just a new business owner, drop shipping. Mind you, I wasn't even looking at the products. I was just delegating a task between the supplier and the customer, which, I did a great job at doing. And still knowing that that person trusted me not only to buy my products, but with $5,000. So there were three products in there, and I'll be fully transparent about what the store was because I no longer own the store. But that was one of my first successes with drop shipping. And it really just comes down to the branding, right? When you're looking for a product that you want, of course, even if like you know what you want, you like the product, you're not going to buy it from someone unless you trust them, unless you feel like their website is trustworthy. And I was able to deliver on that. And that's from all the goddamn Shopify stores that I designed for both myself, for clients. It really just took rinse and repeating. And now there's AI, so you have a lot more help, whereas I didn't at the time. It was really just me and Canva, and we made it work. So if I can do it, literally you can do it, okay? I do have like I could be a creative person. I have an eye for like, the aesthetic things. And so I was able to put my skill to use. But again, with AI these days, you can do anything. You can do anything. So, but just going back to that moment, like I just couldn't understand that this is happening. But for those of you who don't know what dropshipping is, I think you know what dropshipping is, but I'll explain it anyway. It's basically you're operating a store and you're not actually, you don't have the items with you. You're basically you have the website yourself, you're promoting the products to customers and you're just delegating that whole process. But essentially the supplier will send the product to the customer, so you don't actually touch it. But a lot of people will think that's kind of not fair. Like, why don't I just buy it from the supplier directly? What customers don't know is a lot of these suppliers don't sell to customers, they sell to businesses. So we just get them for a cheap price, and we also are not only providing you with the product, we're providing you with the customer service if you want to return it, if you have questions, just the user-friendly experience. Like, we're providing with all that. And by the way, most businesses are dropshipping. Wayfair, Gymshark, these are all dropshipping businesses. And that's because at the end of the day, like, who's actually keeping products at their house? Maybe a small business somewhere, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, a fulfillment warehouse is going to send the product to your customer. So it doesn't really matter. You're just building the business. You're finding the customers, you're building the market. That's what you're doing. And with that being said, it's possible to build any business. Of course, there needs to be demand, because then you're just wasting your time, which, by all means, go ahead. But if you're looking to build a profitable business, all you really need is to find demand, for that product, outsource it from a supplier. Now, I don't want to say it's that easy because obviously it depends on what you're doing. So, what I was doing, let me reveal that, at the time were chandeliers, luxury lighting. And that wasn't the greatest business model because, as you can imagine, shipping chandeliers and just luxury lighting, very fragile, a lot of times can break. I also didn't have the greatest relationship with the supplier, which is why I wanted to move on from it. And on top of that, chandeliers, very, very saturated. It's also like a nice to have. It's not something that people really need. It doesn't really solve a problem, except for it solves the problem of luxury. So I guess it did solve a problem. People didn't want just a normal, regular pendant light. They wanted my luxury lights. That was my like differentiator. That was how I stood out, and that was the angle that I took. It was, luxury lights. The point of this video really is to just tell you that I was somebody in my mom's basement, worked on a website, just made it look professional, focused on the angles of luxury or whatever problem that solves for the customer that you're targeting. Make sure there's demand for it and then promote it. And to be honest, I didn't even run ads, which for my other businesses I do run ads because it's better, it's easier to run ads. But in my case, people were searching for luxury chandeliers and they found me with organic research, which this $5,000 order was exactly that. So hard to believe, but that whole situation changed everything for me. Just I believed in myself, and that didn't at all mean that it was just going to be uphill from there. That's never what business is like. And at the time, I was a little bit disappointed because that wasn't the case. But every single experience, every single failure, every single just up and down throughout that entire store experience taught me so much and allowed me to rinse and repeat, but much quicker, and just to avoid different problems. So just wanted to keep that short, but really just, reminding you that business is simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. And if you follow the steps and you stick to it, you are going to make money, whether that's just a side income or, just an additional income stream or your main income, whatever it is, you can do it. See you guys.